Have you ever wondered if four-piece bars break easier, or what's the difference between two-piece bars and four-piece bars? Today we're going to do an explain and review on the Jake Seeley Signature Street Sweeper Sunday bars. So like always, we want you to hang tight because in the end of the video we're going to tell you how to win a bunch of free stuff from our bike shop, as well with a free complete bike. We're also going to tell you all the specs about these bars, and also we're going to tell you where you can buy these bars. So let's start it off. So if you ride BMX, you're into street riding, which is pretty popular nowadays, you must know who Jake Seeley is, the tech wizard and basically all around street god. So he was lucky enough to get a signature bar from Sunday Bikes, and these bars are a little unique. They're a little bit different than most four-piece bars, and we're going to tell you a little bit about it. But before we get into a little bit of that, I'll tell you kind of what's the differences between two-piece bars and four-piece bars, and to be honest with you, there's not very much. So we hear a lot of people saying, hey, are those warranted and are those going to last forever? Let's face it, guys. You guys are doing crazy stuff on these bikes, and you tend to buy used stuff. So whether it's used or it's brand new, that handlebar goes through a lot of hell before it actually breaks. So if something's breaking, usually somebody's put a lot of abuse on it. So in the end of the day, things will break. I'll be honest with you, if you're looking for something that's going to be more solid, then I would definitely suggest a two-piece bar, because you got to realize how they're built. A two-piece bar is a straight bar that comes down, and it's one single bar, and it comes up like this and it's bent. A four-piece bar, if you use your basic eyes, you can directly tell that a four-piece bar is more prone to being broken. That's mainly because just how they're welded together in the design. They look a little bit different, but you got to realize that if you're running your bars a little bit forward, or you're jumping big drops and stuff like this, this probably isn't a safe handlebar to ride. Just kind of common sense. A two-piece bar is more something that would hold up to the abuse. But generally speaking, four-piece bars aren't designed, or actually, they're not really made for the riders that are jumping off of buildings or doing, big drops or, stuff like that. Yeah, you can do it, and yeah, they'll probably hold up, but you got to realize that you're going to put a lot more stress into it, so they're going to end up breaking a little bit faster. And that's definitely not the manufacturer's fault. That's definitely like us as riders riding them and going big. That's our fault. It's kind of goes with anything. You ride a motorcycle, you jump an 80-foot jump, you land flat, you're gonna bend your handlebar, you're gonna do something to your frame. So let's just all be reasonable and realize that you get what you pay for, you get what you do, and you get the reaction or the action from what you're doing. So kind of what I'm saying is four-piece bars definitely are going to break sooner. So if you're doing big drops and stuff like that, expect to buy new four-piece bars sooner than you would a two-piece bar. Two-piece bar is definitely going to last longer, so definitely think about that. But the main difference between a four-piece bar and a two-piece bar is just the looks. They got four pieces of tubing to make one handlebar, whereas two-piece bars are just two pieces of handlebar welded together. But the cool thing is that four-piece just give it a unique style. If you're looking for a unique style, four-piece is where it's at, and if you're looking for the traditional style, two-piece is where it's at. So just kind of think about that. If you want to be different, go with the four-piece bars. If you want the same and you want the strength and you want a little bit of give, then I would say go with the two-piece bar. So with that said, is four-piece bars are more designed for street or park or something real basic, like you're grinding street or you're doing some grinds and stuff like that. Not really get too far off the ground. So keep that in mind. But generally speaking, you can get the same handlebar dimensions and everything from a four-piece bar and a two-piece bar. It doesn't matter. If you have 12-degree back sweep and 2-degree up sweep, and they're 29 inches wide, you get a two-piece bar and you get a four-piece bar, they're both going to feel exactly the same. It makes no difference. The only thing that you will feel kind of different is the actual flex of it. So With that said, a two-piece bar is gonna give you a little bit of flex. And with that said, is you kind of want that in a bar because if you're doing big drops, you want it to flex a little bit, kind of give you a little bit of a shock absorber. On the four-piece bar, it seems to be a little bit stiffer. So I've ridden both handlebars, two-piece and four-piece, and I've noticed a big difference of the flex. And that's mainly because this tubing's not bending as much, and it's not actually making kind of like a diving board. So the four-piece bars definitely feel a lot more stiff than a two-piece bar. I think that's why a lot of street riders tend to ride them, because they get a little bit more reaction out of them. So once you turn or flinch or anything like that, or turn the bar, you're gonna feel it instantly move. Or if you land, you're gonna get a reaction right away because there's not gonna be as much flex in it. So think of that when investing into a new bar and deciding if you want to go with two-piece bar or if you want to go with four-piece bar. And just kind of think of those, and really think about what you want the bar to do. If you're looking for the looks, or if you're looking for the stability and the strength of it. So with that said, let's kind of get into the bars and kind of talk about them. So these are four-piece bars, but the tubing is all exactly the same. It's all 7/8 tubing, and that's a pretty much standard on any handlebar. They all come 7/8. I've seen a few of them in a 1-inch bar, but if you get a 1-inch bar, usually you need a different stem in order to clamp that 1-inch tubing. So that creates a lot of different things going on for you, because if it has a 1-inch tubing, that means you got to get a new stem. There's very few of those available, so it limits your choices. So most of the guys in street or park or even dirt, they all tend to go with the 7/8 bar. That's kind of the BMX standard, and be honest with you, I don't really see the 1-inch bar making a big difference or causing everybody to switch. It's just a bigger size tubing, and with that said, it kind of looks weird when it tapers down and you have to put a grip on the handlebar. So, or vice versa, you weld it on here. It just looks kind of odd, being 1-inch. But let's kind of get into the Jake Seeley bars. Like I said, they're a little bit different than the normal four-piece bars. We've seen a couple different ones, traditional up and bend a little bit. I've seen other ones where they have a different style crossbar, which look kind of cool. But these ones are unique because if you actually look at them, they kind of got a few bends in them. So what's cool is that it's angled like almost at a 45 or about a 33, and then it's got two bends in it instead of one bend. So most of the four-piece bars have one bend coming up right here. This one actually has two bends. So there's one right at the crossbar, and then it bends one more time. So that's the traditional, style is just bending. This one just creates something that just looks unique. So I think that's what's kind of eye-catching about these bars and makes these bars pretty popular. We sell a ton of these bars, and we haven't got any warranty issues or anything like that back. So I definitely know this is a strong bar. It lasts a long time, and everybody that likes or rides them tends to like them. And if you actually look, I noticed this, and it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if you can tell in video, but when you actually look at them, these bars look like they look like they bend up, but I really don't know. Like they don't really bend up, but they sure in the heck look like they bend up. But I think that's just mainly because of the bend on the handlebar, but they might actually bend up. Let me throw these on glass real quick. All right, glass says that they bend slightly upwards, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to ask the tech guys, but it might be an optical illusion. But they definitely look like they bend up a little bit, or like outwards towards the front. But they might need to do that in order to create the bend. But if you want to know the specs on these bars, they're pretty basic. They use the traditional back sweep. The traditional back sweep that I've seen on a lot of popular bars is about a 12-degree back sweep. So that's pretty cool that they give that on these bars, because it gives you the normal feel. But the second kicker is how much upsweep they have. And I've ridden some bars in the past, and they had a lot of downward sweep. And the downward sweep, I don't know how to explain it. It almost feels like you're pushing like a wheelbarrow or something like that. Because if they got a lot of back sweep and the bend's down a lot, it kind of feels like you're riding or like pushing a wheelbarrow. These ones are kind of cool because they have 3 degrees up sweep, and 3 degrees is kind of steep for most handlebars. A lot of bars nowadays have about a 1 degree up sweep and about 2 degrees. So the 1 degree feel more like the wheelbarrow, more like they're bent down like this. And these ones, 2 degrees are pretty normal. These ones, they kind of have this weird feel. They kind of feel, I don't want to say weird as in bad, but it's weird as in different. If you want to know the difference between good and bad, it's definitely not weird. Weird is just not what you're normally used to. So when I say weird, it's just when you're riding a normal two-piece bar and you go to a 4-piece bar, this one has more of an upward sweep, and you could definitely feel it on it. So if you like that, I definitely suggest these bars because it gives it a great feel. It makes you, I don't know, kind of notice that it's a 4-piece bar, and shoot, it probably gives you a lot of, ability to do cool tricks and stuff like that. Jake Seeley rides them, and if he's doing a bunch of crazy tricks, you should be able to do a bunch of crazy tricks. So definitely think about that. Try them out. Handlebars aren't too expensive. They're under $100. Scooter bars go for $110. On up. So you can get some cheap ones, but these aren't comparable to those. These are quality bars, and those bars only got 2 pieces of bars welded together. So for being $85, under $100, whatever the handlebars are, you guys got to say, hey, thanks, because there's a lot of bending going on here. These are probably Madrell bent, and then there's 1, 2, 4 pieces of bars welded together for under $100. So just that being said, definitely amazing. It's knurled. It's got a good high gloss powder coating job on it. It's got multiple stickers, and it's got a pretty cool packaging. So definitely for under $100, you can't beat that with a stick. Definitely better than buying scooter handlebars. But definitely a great quality bar. And another thing is people are wondering about the width. You're always worried about the width. These start off at a 29. But remember, you guys can cut these down. Most people cut them down. Cut about a 1/4 of an inch to 3/4 of an inch. That's on the extreme side. But relatively about a 1/4 of an inch to about a 1/2 an inch is what most people do on each side. But I would suggest don't cut your bars until after you've tried them full size. Try them out because you can't really add any extra bar. And the only way to do that is to buy another bar. So definitely try them out with your pair of grips, take them off, cut them down a little bit, see where you like it, and go from there because, like I said, you can't go back, you would have to weld it. That's definitely not fun. So pretty simple. It's got some welded in caps right here, I don't know if you see, but it's pretty cool because they're at an angle, they're capped off, look pretty dope. And we've seen some other bars where they're not capped off, and you may be bombing some hills and you hear a crazy whistle, trip you out, wonder what it is, and it's actually the wind blowing in here like a whistle. So that's pretty cool. Don't hear any whistles when you're running from the cops, when you're trying to hide out or anything like that. So definitely a good move on their part. Overall, these are a great bar. They're super heavy duty. They're pretty light, don't weigh too much, and they're not very, very wide, so that's pretty cool. You're gonna probably not even have to cut them down. So thumbs up to Jake Seeley designing a super awesome bar, and definitely support that dude because he's out here pushing the street stuff, and every handlebar that you guys buy helps put a little bit of change in his pocket, helps BMX get bigger, helps him, run the shop that he's running. That's, supports the local BMX community and a bunch of other stuff, skate and snow. So definitely support a dude like that that's giving back to BMX and trying to make a difference in our sport. And show him some love, buy a set of his bars, support Sunday. They're sponsoring dudes, they're giving back and taking in all the stuff that you think about BMX, and they're creating relatively fast and bringing it to us so that we can enjoy this BMX stuff. So thumbs up to those guys, we appreciate you guys. And you can always buy these at stackbmx.com. Make sure you support us. We're trying to create these videos for you guys. So any orders that you guys make. It definitely shows us that you guys love us, and we appreciate that. And that's why we haven't posted a video for a day or two, and that's because you guys have been showing us a lot of love. I've been busy here at the shop packing orders, making sure you guys get your products. So definitely hyped me up, definitely exhausted me. So I'm back here today, posting these bars, and yeah, thanks for the support. We really appreciate it. So to show you a little bit of love from us in the shop, we're doing a contest at 1,000 subscribers and at 5,000 subscribers. So all you gotta do is subscribe to our channel, like this video, make sure that you share it, and then turn on your notification bells so that you get a message every time we post a video. And then what that does is allow you to comment below, tell us what you like about our videos, tell us what you don't like about the videos, tell us what you wanna know in the future about certain products, what little tips that we can maybe give you. If you want us to do more tech tips on how to fix your bike, whatever's on your mind, let us know. We appreciate that. We read the comments. We love that stuff. So definitely share that. And what that's gonna do is it's actually gonna enter you into the contest. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll down through our videos once we hit 1,000 subscribers, and we're gonna see all the comments. We're gonna pick one randomly, and we're gonna pick you as a winner to win a free parts package from all the brands that we carry. So we're gonna give you tires, grips, pedals, and some other stuff. So all you gotta do is comment below, subscribe, like, share this, and turn on your notification bells. But main thing we want you to do is to definitely share it, because the more you share it is the faster we get to 1,000 subscribers, the faster you guys get that free parts package, and you guys keep doing this stuff, we're gonna hit 5,000 even faster, and when we get to 5,000, we're gonna give away a free bicycle retailed at $300, shipped to you guys free of charge, just for watching our videos, just for showing us some love, and just riding your bikes, and being part of the BMX community and sharing all this information. So we'd like to thank you again for coming to our channel, and we appreciate it. And show us some love by hitting up Stack BMX and buying some of your bike parts from us, letting us know that we care about you, or that you guys care about us and we care about you. So appreciate it. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll talk about more BMX.